Hey everybody, St. John the Philosopher here, aka Gabe Pfeiffer. We're in the studio. It's a magical time.
Look at us. Look at us.
It's so cool. It's amazing. Great things are happening right now, and I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to ask us a couple questions before we really get moving here.
His phone's ringing.
Yeah. I don't know whose phone is this. There's a lot of activity going on. We're still working on the station itself, and it's very, very, very exciting. I don't know how you're feeling right now.
Oh, dude, very exciting. This is the first time that we are anywhere in any type of media in this new studio talking to you guys and starting this project up and running. And so this is a perfect way, with Gabe being a part of the team, to use the YouTube channel here to start to introduce people to the new radio station, NewsTalkSTL 1019. You can also get it. You can stream the station. We have an app.
HD3.
Yep, 99.1 HD3. Stream the station, Alexa, all that stuff. We have an app that's
NewsTalkSTL.com.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
All that stuff.
All that stuff to listen to the new station, and maybe even more to come. In that
we have some surprises.
Yes, we have surprises and more announcements to make very, very shortly. But we wanted to give you a chance to come out and see this, to see the radio station, and to kind of answer some of your questions.
Yeah.
About the new station that people have sent us and asked us over the last couple weeks.
Now, the first one, the one I think that a lot of my subscribers and followers are pretty interested in is the first question that came through was, do you have a show? And why, yes.
Yes,
I do.
Yes, he does.
In fact, there's like a business card that actually
Look at that guy.
It says show host on it. That's crazy. That is crazy talk to me. Okay, so I'm going to be riding the co-pilot seat in the Mike Ferguson in the Morning show. Now, the show itself runs 5:30 to 9. I will be there 6 to 8. That'll be the primary period of my contribution. And so I'm actually part of the team. I'm not just a contributor. I'll be there every single day that the show is on. And when we do lives, when eventually we start doing that stuff, I'm going to be out there. So, if you tune into 1019, my name's actually going over the radio, which is blowing my freaking mind. This guy right here, he clued me in. Oh my gosh. I'm still kind of giddy about it, so you'll have to excuse me.
Yeah, when we had the opportunity to use Gabe, St. John the Philosopher, on a full-time basis, we had to take advantage of that. So a lot of people have asked me, when they've heard your name on the air and in the press release and all of that, about being a part of this team. It's like, well, I thought Gabe was a rocket scientist. Did he give up rocket scientisting for being a radio show host? And like you said, you're on from 6 to 8.
That's right.
So
I've got plenty of time to continue my rocket science. So
he can rocket scientist every day after 8 a.m.
Exactly. So from my perspective, as much as I love YouTube and I love radio and all that stuff, I'm not giving up that day job. I worked really, really hard for it. So I am going to continue doing that. My day just got longer.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely, though, grateful for the opportunity. Jeff Allen has worked with me to make sure that's still a priority for me, and that my work with the station isn't going to interfere with that. So I'm so very, very grateful for that.
Yeah, and we are very, very grateful that Gabe can be a part of this team, and not, like we said before, not just a contributor who you hear from time to time, but somebody who is with us and a part of this station every single day, and obviously 6 to 8 every single day, but Gabe will also be on every other show on the station.
Yeah.
So if you happen to not be a morning person and you're afraid that you're not going to get your
few
fix,
of you. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you're afraid you're not going to get your fix of hearing Gabe on the radio. We're all gonna be all over the place on this new station, so you'll hear him plenty.
One big happy family.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's and that really is, without being too corny, and didn't even really think to mention that, but the one big happy family is kind of what this whole station is about. It's a
definitely.
group. It's a small group, a small business, a small one station company.
Or like a startup.
Same
feel.
And I've been in St. Louis radio for 23 years. I would have never dreamed that I could work for essentially a small business. There are all the radio stations in major markets are owned by big companies. And there's a lot of positives to that. There's a lot of advantages to that.
Right.
But this is pretty cool to be such a tight-knit group. It allows us to make quick decisions, and we all know each other. We don't have to. If we want to try something, we just try it. We don't have to ask for permission or get anybody's approval.
Form 470 and get it triple notarized.
Yeah.
Go on double secret probation. No, none of that stuff. We're making the decisions. I
Absolutely.
mean, it's really weird to be in the pilot seat of some of this stuff because I was just vaguely aware of how radio works, and at that only corporate radio. So I only have a fraction of the knowledge that Tony has on this, but I can attest.
It's the one thing that I know more about Gabe. It's the one topic, the one and only, and he's closing the gap quickly since he's been here.
But I can tell you though, having worked for a big company, there are some commonalities though for just big company culture. I mean, some of you guys out there understand big company culture, right? Well, we're in startup culture land, and it's the Wild West out here, and we're doing awesome things. It allows us to be very agile, and I think that agility, that ability to adapt to our audience, to you guys, is going to take us places, man.
So we asked people on Twitter and for questions, and people have been sending questions to the new Facebook page. NewsTalkSTL, just look it up on Facebook. We have a Twitter too. If it's not live right now, it will be.
Yeah, Twitter's.
I think it's live, but I'm not sure if there's anything there yet. But there will be soon, I promise. So go there.
People are watching.
Yes. And NewsTalkSTL.com. Like Gabe mentioned, you can keep up with everything happening at the station. But we've had people asking us lots of questions about things that are happening. This is the Gabe Pfeiffer St. John the Philosopher YouTube channel. So I'm not going to get into. I won't go in depth with what my transition has been like. But I've obviously been asked that question a lot, and it was unbelievable when I left my previous position. Which I listen to that station and those shows every day, and I love everything about what we did. But I was in a position where I needed a break, and took that break. It was fantastic. I was able to take my youngest son out of summer camp and stay home with him and help out with our family business and do a lot of things, but I didn't realize how crazy things were in the radio market in St. Louis. We'd all heard these sort of rumors that some things were happening, but as soon as I left, that stuff hit me in the face, and
it wouldn't let you go either.
Yeah, and this opportunity was presented for me to join this team of people that I know well, have worked with for years. There's a lot of familiar faces and familiar voices that you guys will hear on this new station. I am the program director, which is now called brand manager. In radio, it used to be program director. Now it's brand manager. And so, that opportunity was something that I couldn't say no to, as well as as an opportunity to continue to be a show host and have my own program in the afternoon to talk to you guys every single day. So it's been a amazingly crazy 6-7 weeks, whatever it was, since I left my last job, and it's just been amazing. I've listened to the Dave Glover Show more in the last 6 weeks than I ever had an opportunity to before, because
you were on it.
Because right, I was in the studio. I couldn't listen. I listen all the time, and I love Trish Gazelle. I think that her addition to that show has been great, and I've been listening to the DGS constantly and love it. And this is just another option. This is just another opportunity for us out there, and it's very bizarre. We won't go too much longer, but a lot of people also question that we got, Gabe, was where are you guys located?
Yeah.
And
it's the old KC station.
We're where
it's the old KC station.
Yes, we are where KC and 97.1 and 105.7 The Point, where we all started together 20 years ago. we're back in those same studios. These studios were still here, and they were just sitting here empty.
Yeah.
And it was a great advantage to take, a great thing to take advantage of, that we could just kind of plop right back in. So it's like deja vu. I'm driving back to the building
really
in the studios
crazy.
that I was working in for 20 years, and where Gabe first started joining us for radio shows. And
it was really kind of a deja vu moment. I was walking in, I was like, this is where my radio career began. And I walked into that room, which was emptied out of all of its equipment at the time, but I was like, wow. I remember sitting right there the first time that on-air light went on, and I started talking to a whole bunch of people. And it completely changed the way I looked at some of the things I could do with my commentary. So and that's eventually led to the YouTube channel, which eventually led to more opportunities on 97.1, and which eventually led us here. And man, I couldn't be more grateful. And it's just interesting that it all came full circle in terms of location.
And even though you are joining the radio station full time every single day, it doesn't mean that the YouTube channel is going away or going to be affected in any way. Probably more content.
Yes, there's going to be. I can assure you that this opportunity means I'm going to have more opportunities for content. I think from the behind the scenes stuff, for those of you who are kind of nerdy about some of these things, I might get some behind the scenes videos about how we produce a radio show, because that stuff is interesting to me as well. We might get some inside information from all of the personalities, all the talent on the station, just getting their perspectives on things, maybe get them to elaborate on things maybe you heard on the station, but they, by the constraints of time, they weren't able to get into things like that. And even during the breaks, if something occurs to me during the breaks on a show, I'm gonna steal kind of from Tony's idea of having a Dems the Breaks sort of in between show, where we get to discuss some of these things in depth, or you get to hear some of the back and forth commentary, what goes on behind the scenes. So I think there are a lot of cool things that are coming. I'm still gonna make my other videos though. I'm still gonna make my in-depth exploration of philosophy and big ideas, and throw in my Avengers clips as well. So just stand by.
Lots of cool
stuff. The Philosopher
coming.
is in the building, and we're going to be doing some great things.
Yeah, I love it.
But besides that, there was another question too about how this station is going to differentiate itself from other conservative outlets.
Yeah. Well, I can't answer that for everybody. We have, as Gabe mentioned, Mike Ferguson and Gabe Pfeiffer with Ken Williams in the morning. We have Vic Porcelli, which is awesome. When I started in radio in the late 90s, Vic was a part of that company and with our sister station. So to be working with Vic again is just, there's so many new things about this radio station, but there's also so many blasts from the past and so many deja vu moments, working with these great people and being back here in this building. So we have Vic with Katie Fitzpatrick. After the morning show, we will have some syndication with Dan Bongino in middays, and then my show will come on, and then from 2 to 3, and then from 3 to 6, I will be sitting in with Chris Arps and Tim Jones, and so we'll take you through the afternoon. So I can't speak for all those show hosts, but right there, for anybody that's familiar with all these different names, we also have great people like Paul Cook is one of our weekend hosts. Randy Tobler, surprise! I don't think he's been in any of the press releases or anything yet. We just hooked up with Paul Cook. He's going to be hosting some shows for us and doing some producing and co-hosting for us. You're going to hear Paul all over the place on this station. Randy Tobler, Rodney Boyd. I'm probably forgetting somebody, but these are all established personalities and people that have been doing shows for a very long time from all different backgrounds. So I think that's what makes it stand out, is that you have so many diverse backgrounds and where people came from. And, my show is going to be a lot different than Mike Ferguson's show. It's going to be a lot different from Vic Porcelli's show. And that's going to be the greatness of it. I have now my daily libertarian outlet to push the word, fight the good fight.
Yes.
And you got guys like Tim Jones, and who's former Missouri Speaker of the House, and it just is so such a diverse background for everybody. So us telling our our stories and giving our opinions on news and issues. And, you know, we certainly all don't agree all the time.
No.
So it's going to be those conversations and those debates. And at least for me, and I think I speak for everybody, we're also not afraid to have fun. You know, so because you just can't be super serious every day, all day. So, you know, there's going to be, we're going to cover the news and politics and all the issues, but we're also going to have a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we're all coming from our own unique perspectives. And look, this is the only station that's going to have Gabe Pfeiffer, St. John the Philosopher perspective. And sadly, that's where the video ended. Apparently, my phone ran out of memory. But don't let that discourage you. There's going to be plenty more videos coming up where we're going to get to talk to any number of my coworkers over at NewsTalkSTL. In the meantime, be sure to like, subscribe, and share for more videos on religion, culture, and politics. That's all for today. This is St. John the Philosopher. Goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you in another video.